Herman Deal, the real deal here. Today we're going to talk about building the biceps muscle. Now, there's different ways to go about it. The main thing I'm going to focus on how to do it safely so that you do not tear the biceps muscle. Okay, that is very painful and that can put you out for a long time when you tear a biceps muscle. It does happen. Okay, so we want to avoid that. And I will admit, I'm not bragging, but I've had a lot of people ask me because I do have pretty big biceps. I got a nice vein going down there. The vein, yeah, that's the diet. Okay, it's carnivore diet. Okay, lifting more is not going to really bring out the veins. The vein is having less body fat and having a more carnivore diet. And here's a little proof. This picture was taken about 16 years ago. I'm about 40 years old. There, not a vein in sight. I was not on a carnivore diet here. I was just eating lots of fruits and vegetables and usually eating protein at night, late at night. Not in the best shape of my life, obviously. Okay, so going back to preventing breaking your biceps tendon. The main reason you break your biceps tendon is when you are supinating, meaning your hands are palm up. Okay, so this supination is a term I learned way back in chiropractic school. It's a medical terminology. Supination, think of you have your palms up like you're holding a soup. Supination, soup. You're holding a soup. You're going to have to hold it like this, right? So if you're doing biceps curls with your palm up, you're much more likely to tear your biceps tendon. And the tear will tend to happen not when you're coming up, but when you're coming down. At the very end, where you're close to full extension, that's where you tend to tear the biceps tendon. So that's where you need to be the most careful. So the way to do this is just don't do exercises where you're always supinated. The preacher curl is way riskier. Okay. The other, believe it or not, the other big risk that breaks the biceps tendon is deadlift. You would never think deadlift. I've been saying for years, deadlifts are risky and dangerous. This is the one thing that probably most trainers disagree with me on, but they weren't a chiropractor for 22 years like I was. I saw people come in with their backs messed up from doing deadlifts. Very scary. But when you do a deadlift, you're often holding one hand palm up, one hand palm down. And statistics show the palm up, the supinated hand, when you're doing the deadlift, that's where you tend to tear the biceps tendon when you're palm up. I'm going to get into a few exercises here so I can really show you what I mean and how to go about it in safer ways. You don't always have to be palm up. There are alternatives. Okay, now here I'm using my Meta sunglasses to film doing a preacher curl with a straight bar. This you don't want to do this. See how my hands are totally palm up, totally supinated. This is riskier. Here now, I'm using a bent bar, much, much safer. My palms aren't totally palms up. They're sort of sideways, way, way safer doing it this way. Here again, I'm doing a wire curl. See how my palms are completely up, supinated? Not good. That's what you want to avoid. I say a little no there. Don't do that. This way, way better. This is the way to go. You're not completely supinated. You can go to muscle failure with no issues. Highly, highly unlikely to tear a biceps. Okay, and here's an example of something I'm going to do that's kind of extreme. I'm doing a drop set here. I'm using, I believe that's a 14-pound ball, and I'm doing chest pull-ups, not just getting my chin above. The bar has to touch my chest. These are tough, okay? And added weight. So I'm going to keep going to failure. Now notice I'm not supinating. When you do a pull-up, that means your palms are facing away from you. So that's way safer. If I were doing a chin up, I wouldn't be doing chin ups trying to touch my chest because that's riskier. Even though you're only using your body weight, chin ups still the risk of tearing a biceps is very rare.
but pull-ups are even safer. And here I dropped the ball there, going again to muscle failure, stretching my arms all the way out, but it's safe. Now, I know most of you out there can't do chest pull-ups, so, lat pull down is just as good, but you want to keep the same concept here. You do a lat pull down, but now you're going to have the bar touch your chest. This is just like doing a pull-up. It's a great workout, and this is what you want to do until you build yourself up to where you can maybe down the road do chest pull-ups. Going all the way down, touching your chest, you can do drop sets with this. You can see here I'm going to complete failure. I couldn't even do that one there. Totally safe because your palms are not facing you. And here's another example of where you can go to complete muscle failure. Drop sets, do whatever you want here. There's no risk because, again, your palms are not facing you. You're not going to tear your biceps. And you notice I stretch my arm all the way out, but I don't rest there, but I can fully extend. I don't use it to rest though, because I want to keep going till I get to complete muscle failure. But it's safe to extend here. I wouldn't want to be doing that though if I was palm up, supinated, where the palms are facing my head. I would not want to do that. But because my palms are facing each other, not me, I can go to muscle failure here. Here you can see I'm really pushing it, stretching my arms all the way out, and that helps elongate the biceps muscle when you can get full extension like that. And notice I'm really pushing it here. Going to muscle failure, extending, my arm is extended, and I'm not worried about tearing a biceps because again, I'm not supinated. Yeah, there we finish. Good set.
So there you have it, couple of ways to get a nice long biceps, build the biceps muscle, do it in a safe way. So the two main rules to sum up: you want to be able to extend fully, okay, because there's a full range of motion. You're then going to build the biceps long. It's going to be a nice long biceps muscle. You're going to build it better. Having full extension does help, but there's a price you pay for that, right? Nothing is free. There's no free biological lunch. If you're going to extend fully and your palm is facing you, now you risk hurting the biceps. You risk breaking the biceps. So the way around that is extend fully, but not totally palm up. Make sure you have, when doing a biceps curl with a band, I prefer the hammer curl. I'm not going to do it like this. You can hurt your wrist. Doing it sideways, like I showed earlier, doing the weights, not completely palm up. Safer way to do it. Do more pull-ups, go to failure, do drop sets, do hold, do chest pull-ups, do whatever you want. Lat pull down as well, but as long as your palms are facing out, you're safe. You can fully extend, go to failure all you want. You're not gonna hurt yourself. You're not gonna hurt yourself because your palms are facing out. If your palms are facing you though, doing chin-ups, it's a little risky. Just do your body weight with chin-ups. I wouldn't do chin-ups to the chest. That would be awkward and weird anyway, but I wouldn't do it with weights. You could still go to failure doing chin-ups. And remember, the two riskiest moves are the deadlift, which I don't recommend you do anyway for back pain, but it turns out it also can break the biceps tendon, very common. And the preacher curls, don't use a flat bar, use a curved bar, much, much safer. I hope this information has been helpful. I hope you got something out of it. Thank you for watching. I'll be back next Monday with another video and Thursday with Mr. Skeptical. Bye.